for the average business or average market woman out there, or probably a student who just left school right now, what would you say entrepreneurship is? Let's start with you, Mr. Akpos.
Okay, basically, from my own perspective, entrepreneurship is not really much of a very complex concept. It can really be put into this simple statement. Entrepreneurship is just the act, is an act or science of innovation and risk-taking in order to make profit in business. So if you understand the three major keys in this area, business is any legal venture you go into to make profit. But for it to become an entrepreneurial venture, it must be done with the right mindset.
So, Mr. Akpos, what you're saying now is you could have a business and it's not an entrepreneurship venture.
Exactly. For example, you have people that are doing arm robbing business, for example. That's a business for them, but that's not entrepreneurship. You understand? So it has to do with innovation and risk-taking. Now, when we talk about innovation here, we simply mean innovation is not about doing something that have not been done before. There's nothing new under the sun. So innovation is simply doing something that has been done before in a new, advanced, upgraded, and unique way, so that it works for you and then works to solve the current problem we have in our society.
Mr. Anderson, do you share the same ideology?
Yeah, I shared the same ideology. He said something I would like to comment about. He said entrepreneurship is art and science. For me, just a little variance. I think this is the 21st century. It's more a science than any other thing at this point. All I say that is because there's a science part to every business. Let me just explain it this way. You have two laundry firms in one street. One is charging 1,500 naira to wash one shirt, and then another is charging 200 naira to wash one shirt. Most of the cases, you find more people visit the one with 1,500 naira to wash one shirt. The difference is the science behind the business. So I would say,
I want to differ. The Nigeria we're in right now, considering the economic situation, do you think people would definitely want to go to that person who is actually charging 1,500? Let me know the science behind what you're saying right now.
Do your findings very well. You find out that most businesses that thrive do not thrive basically because their prices are cheap. No, they understand their businesses. You understand. A lot of people today, you understand, will buy shirts for 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira, and then it feels normal to them. These same people will walk past places where they'll see same quality of shirts for maybe 500 naira. You understand? And then you just won't blink. You understand? There's something behind what the entrepreneur who sells for 5K, 10K, 15K, and 20K as a wear, you understand, knows that. So that's why I said for the 21st century, it's more the science of the business. You understand? You don't build businesses of the 21st century in a local shop anymore. You understand? So we have these hypothetical cloud markets right now, and then that's what I would say science as in.
All right, I haven't established that. Let me come back to you, Akpos. How can entrepreneurship solve the problem, the lingering problem of unemployment in our country, Nigeria? Okay,
basically looking at that area from my own perspective, I think there's a popular saying that inside responsibility lies opportunity. If you shy away from responsibility, then definitely you would never be able to, annex the opportunity that comes with that. Now, we all have our responsibilities to play. The government has its part. We as individuals will have our part. Let me start from the government. Now, I think one major thing we need to do to tackle this issue of unemployment through entrepreneurship is that government needs to create sustainable entrepreneurial training programs that covers three major kinds of skills. One, those programs should be able to teach people life skills. Another kind of skills should be able to teach people business skills, and also before the vocational skill comes in. Because I found out that so many empowerment programs are going on everywhere on daily basis. But after the program, after the entire training of 2 weeks, 3 months, all that, you still find the same people that have actually undergone this training going back to sleep at home, getting in a more worse situation than they were before they went for that training program. So what's the loophole there? It simply shows that these entrepreneurial training programs are not really very sustainable. Why? Because there's something that is missing. And that's what I call the follow-up program. It's supposed to be a follow-up initiative to be able to evaluate how far these persons that have been trained to become bosses have been able to start up their business, how extent they've been able to grow, and to the extent of how government can still support them, because business is a journey. You start it today, like you started today, at the end of the year, you need to be able to develop the business. It is not same idea you used to start a business that you used to develop the business. It's not that same idea you need to consolidate the business. The business has 3 lifespan. It has the starting stage where you need to be able to start the business. It has the developing stage where the business needs to grow. And then it has the lifespan where you need to consolidate the business. And then before you start enjoying massively from what the business produced for you.
I saw Anderson's body movements. I think you want to differ, do you?
Not really. When we involve the government in matters like this, I get a little concerned because of the role the government have been playing for some time now. You understand, there are various empowerment programs here and there, and like that. While in its own bit, for me, I don't think they're doing the best they're supposed to be doing right now. It's just it just boils down to the fact that we don't really know what exactly we should do. You understand? Let me explain it this way. You find a state government organizing a program to teach people how to sew clothes in the 21st century, and then all they get is just machines and then the rest of them. No, we've moved past that stage. Almost everybody can make clothes today. Let me just explain it this way. There are places you go around the world where somebody wants a shirt and then he just stands before one machine and then does his hands like this. And then the machine, they tell him, okay, what kind of shirt do you want to make and everything. Once he's through, as he's walking out, he's getting the shirt. If you want to really help me at this point, that's not what you should be doing for me. Don't teach me that, you understand? We could actually learn that somewhere else. That's that part. But on the part of the people who now say, okay, there are entrepreneurs everywhere. Let me just explain. There are entrepreneurs everywhere. We have people who have, once you have a skill set, you understand, that's potential to be an entrepreneur. You understand? Well, what Robert Kiyosaki would say in his book, Cash Flow Quadrant, was to divide, was to give us the scale at which we are doing business, you understand? We now say, okay, we have the self-employed, we have the business owners, and then the people you call the investors who use their money and then they're not directly involved. The group I'm interested in is the business owner and the self-employed. You understand? Most people you find as entrepreneurs in Africa today, in Nigeria today, are people that you classify as self-employed. And then in this quadrant, you find a lot of them struggling. And then the basic problem to me is information. He made mention of the fact that you find people go through programs and then they're through the programs and then they're back home. It's just information. Okay. People have skill sets, you understand, of things to do, you understand, that could give them money, you understand, but they don't have maybe startup capital, which is one of the first things everybody will complain about. It still boils down to the fact, information. You find people in the agri sector who have gone through trainings on guy here, this one and that one, and then, okay, they want to just start farming. To buy seeds, okay, seedlings could be cheap. You now come to the fact, okay, where you now need herbicides, fertilizers, and the rest of them. You find out that the government has actually provided these things, but the farmer who needs them cannot have them. Information, there's just a missing, there's just something that doesn't link every of these things together. I think if the stakeholders would actually now say, let's sit down and then visit these things. What actually should we be doing now? You understand? What actually should we be doing now, because it's 21st century, because we look at IT, you look at industrialization first. You understand? Those are the two things. Let's say if we're training you, let's train you with respect to the dispensation we are right now. You understand?